Hello, welcome to my talk show. I'm your host, Owen Rebel, here again with another interview. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We have a good one for you. Again, just as a brief reminder, if you have any questions, please use the command !8 questions in the chat. We'll get to in about an hour or so. But without further ado, let's introduce our guest, who's going to be coming from behind the curtains. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, what's up?
AkeiVR, how you doing? Welcome.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great. If you'd like to sit next to me.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Yeah, welcome. How you doing today, you know?
I'm doing good. Yeah, it's been a nice day. Had some sleep.
Oh yeah? Were you sleeping before
Pretty
this?
much starting, yeah. Yeah, I usually sleep before and then I get on VR.
Really? There's no munchies in between? No foods?
More like breakfast, you know, a quick snack and then get to business.
Oh, get to business. I see. I gotcha. Where, are you comfortable saying where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Belgium.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. 'Cause I was thinking, I was like, I don't want to say it, but I definitely could tell an accent. I was like, there's no way, you know, someone eats breakfast at midnight. That would make no sense. You know?
Yeah, that's true. My time zone and schedule is pretty messed up.
Okay. So we'll start with some basic questions. You know, I think a good baseline question I always like to ask my guests is, how'd you get introduced to VR chat? Like, how did you end up playing VR chat? How'd you end up finding out about this game?
Okay, so it first started when I was watching Soda Poppin', and he had like mutes appear on his channel, Happy Thoughts. I was like, whoa, this looks interesting. So that's when I decided, you know, let's try out VR and order VR equipment and see how that goes. And that's how I made my decision to start as a mute as well.
So this is like a year ago-ish, time frame wise?
Yeah, like a year ago, for sure.
Oh, okay. How do you feel that, well, Happy Thoughts is now unmuted, you know, and now you have unmuted it yourself as well.
Yeah, I think it was a great step for Happy Thoughts because it allowed him for more variety of content, like to really express himself. Mm-hmm. And I think at the first I didn't understand why.
Okay.
But then when I started being a VR chat streamer myself and being a mute, the more I did it, the more I understood why he actually unmuted. Yeah.
Okay, what did you do before VR chat? Were you playing other games or?
I was finishing my college degree and just playing some random games, FPS games and variety of stuff. Yeah.
What was your college degree? Like, what'd you study?
I studied international business management, and yeah, that's about it.
International business management? Are you gonna run some corporations and give you a CEO of like VR chat or something?
Nothing crazy like that. No.
Oh, okay.
Experience.
Okay. All right. Well, you got your diploma, right?
Yeah, I finished it. So.
Good. That's great. Okay. So then you found out about VR chat because you're watching Soda Pop, and you're like, "What the heck is this game?" And you're like, "Why does he have a mute? What is this?" What did you think about mutes?
Yeah.
When you first like saw it on stream, did you think it was weird how like people were like not talking, but they're like being quirky? I mean, like, you know, what do you think?
Actually, yeah, that's a good explanation. First, it was like, why is this person not talking? But then the more you watch, the more you realize how VR chat works with mutes and how much you can use your body language actually to communicate and using tools to write. Which in reality, like, okay, you have a pen to write, but you cannot just write in the air. So, and you're always a bit stuck using body language in real life. Like, you're not going to overly express yourself, of course. But in VR chat, you know, that boundary kind of fades away. So that makes it easier to express yourself.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What got you into streaming then? So you got into VR chat and you got VR, but like what got you to actually get started on Twitch as a streamer?
So basically also Happy Thoughts. He was like the first impression to me why I want to start streaming. just because of the content he did and how it looked on his stream. Like, it was so nice, comfy, chill, really relaxing to watch. And I wanted to create an environment like that as well for my stream. So that's why I started to, you know, I want to create a place for people then where they can relax and just be themselves.
Makes sense. And how did you choose your name? Obviously, you went for a rebrand recently, but how did you come up with your name? Hello?
They died?
Hold on. It's technical difficulties. May have crashed. The question was too hard-hitting. Damn. Fuck. No, that's okay, chat. Just a minor inconvenience. It happens sometimes. I still hear all? That's odd. Huh. Don't worry. We can always invite, you know, get you back in here.
There they go.
Yeah, we'll get him back. We'll get him back in here. No worries, chat. It happens, chat. It happens. I mean, out of 263 interviews, you know, I don't know how many times people have crashed. Probably like about a dozen, maybe. Yeah. VR chat goes burr. Fuck. It's okay. You know, we'll get him back in. Cut to a commercial break. Oh, see, they're already back. See, it was that easy. Anyway, as we were saying, how'd you come with your username?
Yeah. Okay. So I started playing League of Legends a while back. Now I don't anymore, but at the start, I played the character Akali.
Okay.
And was like, oh, that's a nice name. So deciding my Twitch name was like, you know, maybe I can take that name and transform it to something I like more. And that's how I came up with AkeiVR.
AkeiVR, yeah.
And of course now, yeah, being unmuted and trying to rebrand my channel, I took a nickname that everyone made for me, Akei, and I slammed VR to it, and that's like my new rebrand.
One day, do you want to remove the VR part of your name, or do you want to keep it?
So first I wanted to try to remove the VR, like, already from the start. So I sent an email to Twitch, like, is the name Akei, is it available or is the account active? And they were like, oh, just wait until it gets opened. I'm like, okay. Let me see how I can.
Hey, I've been waiting 10 years for my name. Shit. God damn.
Yeah, they're like, just wait. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, just wait.
So.
Yeah, I'll see you in 10 years, 2020, 2032. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you then.
Yeah, so that's why I decided to just take VR, put it to my name because that's my main content. So.
I mean, I could have Rebel VR, but you know, I don't know. I want to have the VR part of my name.
Yeah,
that's just me. That's just me personally, though.
So I was avoiding it, but I couldn't get any name similar to Akei without making it look weird.
All right. Tell me about your avatar, your OC. Like how did you come up with your design?
So my first avatar before this, when I was named AkeiVR, was actually made by the streamer Nini. I'm sure everyone knows, the dancer, VTuber soon, but mainly VR chat dancer. So when I started streaming, she's the one that picked me up for streaming and made my avatar, gave me a jump start. And from there on, I was using that avatar for like 10 months. And then when I decided to unmute, I wanted to rebrand, get a new avatar, you know, just really change identity as a sort. And so that's why I picked some different colors and different outfits and roll with it.
Makes sense.
But this avatar, so I picked up Blender Unity so I could do the edits myself. So this time it's not Nini making them for me, but it's me making them and she giving me some guidance on how to do it.
How'd you meet her in VR chat? Like, how did that first conversation go?
So I was doing like my second VR chat stream. I was not even using an index or anything, just half body Reverb G2 headset. And she came into my channel and I don't know, we started talking in chat. And then she joined my world, and since then, yeah, we've been getting along the whole time.
what a nice person, you know. She's like, you know, helping you out, getting you an avatar and everything, supporting you as a streamer.
Yeah, she's really, really helpful.
We need more people
really
like that in this
person.
community. What's going on? Like, we're
For sure.
come on, where's the homies at? Listen, new streamers out there, you know, we need the big streamers to help with the small streamers. I guess I do that in a way. Sure. I interview people, so I guess that's my contribution.
Yeah. She usually picks small streamers and helps them boost a little, so.
That's very kind of her. Can we get some hearts in the chat for that? Damn. What a nice person. Okay, so my next question is, how, like, do you have any plans for Halloween? For, like, in VR chat, for, like, avatars or worlds or anything you want to plan for, like, the spooky month?
So I do have a plan to probably play a horror map, do some playthrough. Because I got into VR chat since recent, so there's many things that I haven't done yet, like all the horror maps, like the Devouring.
Yeah.
So maybe I can try to play through that. And do a Phasmophobia stream as well. That's also planned. And I will try to get a more spooky avatar for sure.
Yeah, listen, I look forward to it, absolutely. So,
yeah, thank you.
I think we'll ask the most important question here that people have been wanting to. I'm sure you explained it on your own stream, but obviously, you know, it's an important question to ask. And obviously, like you said, and you alluded to it at the very beginning of the stream, you know, or in the interview, you know, you were a mute when you first started. You watched Happy Thoughts. You got into from Soda Poppin', and then you started watching Happy Thoughts, and then you started streaming yourself. Needy helped you out, got an avatar. You were a mute yourself, and now you've unmuted. How does it feel to go from, you know, a mute streamer to a talking streamer? And
I think.
Sorry, and like, you know, were you nervous? You know, when you're revealing and everything like that. Just tell me about the experience overall.
So first of all, the reveal was really nerve-wracking. Like it took me months to get the courage to actually reveal everything. Mainly because my main goal of the stream and my VR chat persona was to learn more about myself and what I wanted, who I am, my identity. And the longer I streamed as my persona, the more I started to learn, okay, this is who I am. I'm actually just a normal guy who has like some different thoughts sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was scared of the reaction from the community if they learned who I really was. Because I've been living under a persona for so long that the reaction was really nervous. Yeah, it was really getting to me. But after the reveal, everyone was really positive about it. And yeah, it made me feel a lot more at ease, more satisfied with my stream. But the difficulty I'm having now is how to express myself using my voice and in VR chat. Because now I'm not using my overly body language, but I'm trying to communicate using my voice, and yeah, it's been a struggle, to be honest.
No, I can relate to that. I mean, you know, I wasn't a mute, but I rebranded, you know, years ago. I played a dude, and then, you know, I play this character, but, you know, I think I express myself through some body language, but also just talking and just being informative and having intelligent conversations. Sometimes, you know, doing, you know, sounding more enthusiastic, sounding more alive, I guess, you know, being scared, being anxiety, having anger, having emotion in your voice is an important part of talking, I would say. And for some people that can be difficult. So, you know, as someone who's interviewed probably 30 or so mutes in the last 2 years, I've learned that there's a lot of different reasons why people are mute, and I can't, you know, dictate every single reason, but, you know, some of them are anxiety or you're uncomfortable with their identity or their voice. But I always say that I'm very proud for anybody who starts as a mute and then they unmute, because it takes a lot of courage. You know, it takes a lot of confidence in yourself, even though if you feel anxiety at the time. Like, I'm sure it was like a weight off your shoulders the moment that you're like, hey guys, it's me, what's going on, you know? So, so chat, can we get some hearts in the chat? You know, this is important, you know, for some people. Like, this is a huge moment for many mutes out there to unmute and to
Thank you.
you know, start a new chapter in their life. You know, so support them. Give them some hearts in the chat. It doesn't have to be my hearts. It can be anybody else. Any hearts, anybody's emotes. Can we get some hearts for them? Like, come on. Like, this is an important, you know, because I said it before and I'll say it again. You could be potentially inspiring other mutes to unmute or to be more comfortable with themselves, you know, in a private setting or in a public setting, you know? That's what's important here.
Yeah. Actually, on that topic, the day I unmuted, like my first unmuted stream, I had a mute. I cannot say the name yet because they want to reveal in a later date. But I had someone who is a mute also come to me on my channel. Like they DM'd me, like, can I come on your stream and unmute for the first time? And I was like, okay, sure. Let's not expose your identity. Just pick any avatar and we can talk a little. And yeah, so knowing that I inspired someone to do the same really, like, it got to me. That was a nice feeling.
Exactly. Mutes are people too, you know? I think a lot of people don't realize that, or people outside of the VR chat community, they're just like, that's weird. Why is that person not talking? But there's more to it than that, you know? And I think some mutes are very talented, you know? Some of these people are doctors, lawyers, important people in life, you know? And many of them are my friends, you know, I've known for 3-4 years. I mean, I've known a mute for over 3 years that just recently unmuted. So, you know, it's an important part. I think a lot of people should show respect, you know, to everybody out there, regardless of gender or, you know, identity or avatar they use or who they are. It's all about respect, you know.
For sure.
If you want people to respect you, respect them first, you know.
That's true.
So now that obviously you've unmuted and, you know, going forward, do you have any, like, any plans for before the end of this year? Like, anything that you really want to do? Or was this the big accomplishment for you? Because you said you started, like, about a year ago streaming. So was this, like, the big moment for you this year? Do you have anything else planned for this year? Like, the last, like, 2 months?
Yeah, actually, so last night I ordered a live 2D model so I can do more desktop streams. Nice. So I can put in more variety to my VR chat streaming. Yeah.
Why did you, amen to the 2D? Why'd you choose 2D over 3D for desktop?
I think mostly because that's like the trend right now. It's the more hyped trend. Okay. So I'm trying to catch that train, like the 2D train, before it runs out, and maybe that way I can grow my channel, and then in the future we can see, like what happens, like what changes, you know. So basically I'm just jumping on the train and seeing if it takes me with them.
Makes sense. I personally just do 3D because I have an iPhone, so it tracks my face and everything. But I did think about getting a 2D model, not this year. It's out of my budget, but probably sometime next year, and then I'll have both. Like, honestly, I'll just have both. I mean, shit, I'll be like 2D, 3D. Listen, I already got both of the best of both worlds. So, you know, that's the way I'm living. You know, but I know that some people have to choose. Yeah. But I do agree. I do think that for desktop, I think 2D is a lot more obviously the trend or popular. Obviously, if you're someone who plays VR chat, obviously you're gonna go 3D. I mean, I don't know anyone that's two-dimensional and VR chat, you know, it's a 3D game. Yeah. But yeah, that's really up to the person what they want to do. But anyway, moving on. So do you you also play instruments, right? Like musical instruments?
So I picked up the piano a little bit.
Okay.
Just the basics. Yeah, nowadays I don't really have the time or like the motivation right now to really like gain more skills on piano. But yeah, I just learned the basics, how to play the basic songs, the notes, but nothing more advanced than that. But that makes me able to go in VR chat, open up a piano song on YouTube, and then follow the notes as it's me that's playing, but actually I'm just following a YouTube video. But for the entertainment and the effect wise, I will follow along on the piano.
Okay. No, I was saying that because that's literally how I found your channel. I was just I was just browsing, and then I saw that you were playing piano. I was just like, wait, is that a video? And then people are like, no, they're playing that. I was like, wait, what? Someone's playing piano in VR chat? What the heck? What VTuber playing piano? Since when? In VR chat? I was like, damn, what the heck? I was impressed.
I try to make it as clear as possible that it's not actually me doing the notes, but yeah, the new people that join my channel, obviously their first impression is that they think it's me playing because I'm following along so accurately. But my chat usually tries to tell them like, look, it's just copying the notes, not actually.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Okay. What is a moment? Do you have any funny moments in your adventures? Because you've only been playing for about a year, so I'm generally curious if you had any like funny or interesting moments in your time playing VR chat.
Funny moments, more like painful moments.
Oh, painful. Okay.
I remember a time I was playing the soccer map with Nini on stream.
Oh yeah.
And I was trying to headbutt the ball, right?
Oh wow.
So I got a good idea to get onto my bed and to jump as hard as I can to headbutt the ball.
Oh,
but what happened was, instead of the ball, I hit my ceiling.
I'm glad you're okay, because I don't want to turn this around, but I recently, not too long ago, in VR chat, I joined off of a friend, and we're in a Friends Plus, and then this didn't happen while I was there, but like literally 5 minutes after I joined.
Over to me.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Kid to DVR, I appreciate it. There was a person that was sleeping in VR chat. Obviously, it's a pretty common thing nowadays, but they were having a night terror, and then they woke up from their night terror. They bonked their head, and they bonked their head so hard, like the back of their skull, that they actually started bleeding profusely from their head in VR chat.
Oh god.
And they weren't like talking coherently, like they were kind of like dazed. So my mutual friend actually called the ambulance and saved their life, and that was only like a week ago. And
that's so crazy.
They called an ambulance on them because they knew their roommate. And they got him into the hospital, and they said they had a serious concussion. They actually had internal bleeding. So if they didn't go to the hospital, they wouldn't be here today. So,
wow.
Well, the moral of the story here, gamers, is that be very careful with what you do in VR. Okay, so be very cautious of your surroundings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. I didn't know my ceiling was that low before jumping.
Oh shit. How old is your ceiling? I thought like the average ceiling is like, I don't know, like 7 foot or something. When you're like 8 foot tall or something, you're just jumping up, smacking things.
I think it's the average size, but my bed is really tall.
Oh,
so
you jumped on your bed. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, I could probably hit my head if I was
to get that texture.
Jumping on your bed. What are you doing, huh? It was like that nursery rhyme, all these monkeys jumping on the bed or something like that. Some old nursery rhyme. Yeah.
3 a.m. at night, jumping on my bed.
You gotta be careful, you know. Okay. So that was your most painful memory. Is there any other memory you have in the last year? Just pain?
No, also just the jump scares, like playing Phasmophobia and putting the redeems that just jump scare the whole time.
Nice.
So yeah, that's also pretty funny, especially because I added in like the sound effects from Phasmophobia. But so they would redeem it, but nothing would happen in game. But for me, it would. I would think something is happening, so I would go crazy. So yeah, those are I think the best moments.
I had some redeems like that. It was pretty spooky. You know, you're just trying to play a spooky game, and out of nowhere, like scary shit happens. But
for sure,
I feel that. So, since you've only been playing for about a year, have you had any experience with like public worlds or anything like that? Like, was that your first experience, or were you just primarily in like doing your own thing when playing VR chat initially?
So my first 2 streams were in public worlds because I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, a lot of stuff was happening. Apparently, I showed a lot of TOS stuff as well. Mimi told me like, "Hey, what you're showing is you're going.
Whoa! What kind of TOS
What?
stuff? What's going on? What are you showing, huh? What's going on in that stream, huh?
Too much, apparently. Too much.
Oh, too much.
So yeah, that's when I was in the public world. Nini came to me, so like, let's go to a more private world so you don't show anything stupid. I'm like, okay. And since then, I've been mostly a private world streamer, and I haven't really gone to any publics. And most of all, the people that I meet are through stream, so I don't go to any publics, but I will meet people in my chat, I will meet other streamers, and that's how I will hang out in Friends Plus lobbies. Yeah.
Makes sense. Listen, Nini saved you. You could have been banned by now. You know, she literally saved your stream.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly.
She did. She did.
Damn, she's a lifesaver. She literally helped you out with your avatar, saved your stream. What is she, a saint? Second coming of Jesus or something?
Yeah, pretty much. She is. I should make like a holy statue of her, like put it in my room or something.
Really? What the heck? Put a whole statue? I mean, who would do that? I wouldn't do that. What do you mean? I don't have statues of myself. I don't know what anyone's talking about. Interesting. No, it's a different time, you know, streaming in publics. I used to do that like 3+ years ago, and back in my day, it was safer back then. You could do it, nobody would do anything. But nowadays, you step into a public, and you know, you get some N bombs, you get some naked avatars, some helicopters, sausages running around, you know. Some interesting stuff.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Yeah, usually.
For sure.
Or 12-year-olds. You're like, hey, I like Fortnite. And you're just like, oh, God. Jesus. That's why I always say, like, hey, why are you playing VR chat? Go back to Rec Room, dude. That's like the Winnie Hut Jr. of VR chat, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, go back to where you came from. But anyway. Some people are posting some thigh emotes in my chat. What's up with that? You have some thigh emotes?
Oh, no, those are from Nini's, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You believe in thick thighs?
Absolutely.
Thick thighs save lives, thigh highs are my demise. That's my religion, you know that, right?
Yeah, that's like the ultimate sleeping position, right?
Yeah, of course. Listen, when you get that thigh squish, do you believe in thigh squish?
Yep.
It's the absolute territory. If you listen, thank God, you know, if I was going to interview and you didn't believe in that, I don't know, this would be pretty rough, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would be out of place, right?
Yeah. Do you have any, anyway, do you have any plans for, like, obtaining, like, Twitch partners? Is that on your radar, or are you just going with the flow for now?
So last month, Twitch partner was definitely on my radar because I saw my average like go up by 20. I'm like, oh, like this might actually be achievable. But now with the voice reveal and everything, my main goal is just to figure out what I want to do with my stream, what my goals are, and how I want to like proceed. Especially with the live 2D model that I ordered, like it's unsure for me still where I want to go with my stream. So partner, I crossed it off my list for now and just looking to see what I can do best for my stream.
Okay. Do you have ever done any like community events with like your Discord with your viewers?
I did a community hangout a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And I was planning to try make it like a monthly event, so like for every first Saturday to make a community night on the weekends, so that everyone from both USA, EU and Asia, like the time zones, so that they collide a little, so not everyone has to miss out. So that's why a weekend would be the best decision. Yeah.
How was these community events? Did a lot of people show up? Were they like excited to meet you?
Yeah, it was really fun, especially because in the past I also did like Discord a little bit, hang out with them on Discord, watch some anime. And it was mostly the people that I already knew and talked to a lot that they joined. We had some drinks, had some fun talk. And yeah, it was a really fun event. And I'm happy that I can like meet my viewers in a better way. Just not as viewers, but also see them as friends and, you know, really invite them to being part of my community and part of who I want to be. So yeah, it really made an impression on me on how many people showed up for that event.
That's very nice, yeah, because if VR Chat offers you that opportunity to literally meet your viewers or meet your community members face to face, that's something that a lot of games don't have. Like the best they could do is probably like a Discord call or a video call or something like that. But in VR Chat, you can physically, you know, in a way, see them, hug them, head pat them, give them, you know, see who's supporting you. You'd be like, oh yeah, that's that guy, you know, who's been subbed to me for like 6 months. Holy crap, yo, what's up, dude? You know, that is a lot different than just over a voice call.
It's a really nice bonus of VR Chat. Yeah.
Do you have any like interesting or interactions with any of your community members, any of your gatherings you've done in the past year?
The most interesting is when people, for example, I have some dancers in my community, and it's really interesting when they do like a flip or something in VR Chat, or when they do a handstand or some crazy move. It's like, wow, how are you doing this with both controllers and the headset on your head, and still doing like a handstand or a flip? So
yeah, I believe that.
But it also worries me a little. What if they break something? Because I saw Rufflegator broke his collarbone,
yes,
or
he did.
like his shoulder.
Yeah,
like, whoa.
yeah,
if he breaks it, like, you guys be careful, okay? Don't break it while we are hanging out.
That's true. You gotta be careful. That's what I try and tell people, man. Like, people getting concussions. I mean, I forget. I don't remember if Walter broke. I don't know if you remember if he broke his neck or he broke his back. I forget what it was. But he did a handstand too, and he broke his neck, I think. Thank God he's alive.
That's crazy.
But yeah, when I hear these type of stories, this is why I never dance. This is why I don't do any of that stuff, man. I'm like, listen, I'm a fragile human being, okay? I'm like the glass man, all right? If I break something, it's over for me, okay? I can't be doing those crazy flips and stuff, man. I leave it to the professionals, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking of dancing, though, do you still dance or you know, use your full body and, you know, do little shake movements, you know, and you ever, you know, jam out?
I try to, and recently I asked some dancers in VR Chat if they can actually pick me up and teach me how to dance. Obviously, you know, I'm close to Nini, and she's like a dancer, but her level is a bit too advanced, and she's not a teacher, so I cannot just pick that up, and especially not the moves she does. So I'm looking for a dancer that can really teach the basics and the fundamentals before I go to anything advanced. So,
I know some teachers. You can like hit up Nology David. He's really a dance instructor IRL and a VR Chat.
Yeah. So a few days ago I met. I was actually in a lobby with Rufflegator, Taiga. Debian, I'm not sure if I say that correctly, but I asked him if he could, you know, pick me up and teach me the fundamentals, and he agreed to actually help me out. So I'm really grateful that he will make some time for me as well.
Amen. What a nice guy. See, sharing is caring, chat. It's all about connecting and just wanted to help people out, you know? Absolutely. You never know. We could see you doing some flips one day.
Maybe not flips, but some dance moves would be cool.
Okay, all right. What kind of dance moves? Because I know some dancers, but they only do the, you know, the adult kind of dancing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just mainly trying to pick up some hip hop moves, maybe some cool spins. You know, make it a bit flashy, entertaining.
You're gonna do like you're gonna go join some clubs and show off and be like, yo, look at me, look what I can do, yo, step up. You be like, yo, what can you do in full body, bro? And then you just do like a backflip or something, and people are like, whoa, is that an animation? You're like, nah, bitch, that's real.
That's real, and then I break my arm or something. That's real too.
Oh, it's worth it though. Did I win the contest? Fuck.
How did that look?
Yeah, was it worth it?
Yeah, but it's something I want to pick up for sure.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to also learn? Like you talked about, obviously getting used to talking on stream. Do you have anything that you want to learn with talking in terms of not just being expressive, but like, do you want to learn to like role play, you know, improv, things like that? Anything that interests you with talking?
I think the main challenge for me is like I'm basically an introvert, so being a mute, it was a lot easier to express myself. So I want to get over that boundary of introvert, like over that shyness of wanting to express myself. And the reason why I'm thinking this now is a few days ago I went out with some really close friends, like IRL.
Yeah.
And I noticed the way I express myself and the jokes I make are like a 180 from how I am on stream. So I'm trying to incorporate myself more into my stream instead of just, you know, trying to play it cool, shy, but just really just be myself and express myself that way. Yeah, I think that's the main goal.
Nice. Before you unmuted, did you ever unmute personally for anybody, like in your friend group or anything like that? Or was it your first time like actually just on stream?
So the only person I unmuted with was also pretty recent, as the beginning of September, and that was with Nini. So yeah, I revealed to her first what the situation is and talked to her, and then I unmuted for the first time with her in a Discord call. And the more I talked with her, the more confidence I got. And yeah, eventually I was like, okay, I got this. I can do this on stream, and that's how I went for it. Yeah.
Dude, Nini is like the MVP here. Literally, just all roads go back to Nini. Let's be real here. That's what it seems like. I'm interviewing you, but Nini's like the parent in the background. Be like that, that's
basically, yeah.
You're like your coach.
She's like the trigger for most of stuff that's happening lately. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
She'll probably watch this and be like, "Why are you talking about me so much?"
Yeah, true. And then what happens when I interview her? Is she gonna talk about you half the time? Damn.
I don't think so, but
shit. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. Okay, so you mentioned earlier that you played other FPS games. Like, what other games did you play before VR chat? You like?
Yeah, mainly Counter-Strike. That's how I, got into gaming. Yeah. Counter-Strike and Overwatch. Call of Duty. All the standard.
The generic games. Wait, if you played those games, were you trash talking back in the day, or were you mute still?
I was pretty much trash talking. Yeah.
Just what the heck? How do you? What the heck? How do you go from trash talking, saying all these nasty things, and then you'd be like, I'm really shy. I'm not gonna talk anymore. Huh? What's going on there? Huh? What did you do? Did you do something? Did you say some nasty
in the beginning,
things? Oh my god.
No. I never went that far. But in the beginning, you're normal. But the more you play, the more toxic you get.
Dude, rush B, man. What the fuck, dude? Bro, we're saving, bro. Get Tech 9, rush B. Or is it like that shit? You get mad?
How it goes.
Dude, give me an op, bro. And you team kill them because you don't give the op.
Oh, no. I wasn't. No. I wasn't like that. No.
Oh, okay. All right. Makes sense. Okay. Obviously, English is not your first language, right?
No.
Do you ever meet other Dutch people in VR chat?
I do, actually. So, if I will mention Nini again for a moment, because the moment I unmuted with her, I went to a real life marriage. But so my best friend got married.
Yeah.
And at that wedding, I met VRC Flair. He was there as well, and apparently he's a close friend of them as well. His family of my best friend. So
what the heck?
I met Flair and was like, hey. Yeah, he was like, hey, I'm a streamer. I'm like, hey, I stream too. And then we got talking, and then we figure out, like, okay, he is VRC Flair. I'm AkeiVR at that time. So, yeah, it was a really strange experience.
What the heck?
Out of nowhere.
Dude, what the fuck? All roads cross. What is happening? I interviewed VRC Foot not so long ago, too. What the heck?
Yeah.
Damn.
So... And I even met him in VR before in real life, so it was like, what? You're Flair? And like, it was so like confusing.
This is like the weird crossover episode, you know? You get like 2 different animes, you know, and then you cross the episodes, you know? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, for sure. It was a strange experience. Yeah.
Flair's a nice guy, you know? His avatar is very nice. It's very good.
Yeah, for sure. I talked to him as well the night that I unmuted or revealed myself. I also talked to him and asked him for a bit of advice how I could handle it, how I can approach it.
Yeah.
So he gave me some solid advice as well on how to do it.
Damn. What a true homie. This interview is just everyone's a homie. Like, you know, VRC Flair, Nini. What the heck? All these homies.
Yeah, everyone's helping me out so much. The community is amazing. So.
I'm happy, you know? I truly am, you know? The Cartoon Network, yeah. It's kind of like that Cartoon Network crossover episode, you know? That's crazy, though. Do you have any plans to go to, like, TwitchCon next year? TwitchCon EU?
Yes. Yeah, I believe so. I also wanted to try to go to the USA, to go to TwitchCon there. As part of the Twitch team VR gang. So I have some friends in there as well who are planning to go to TwitchCon in the US. So I'm trying to make some plans with them as well. Especially, I see him in the chat, Blackjacks. He's one of my best friends. So meeting him would be crazy.
Hell yeah. Damn. Yeah, because Twitch EU is in Amsterdam, right? I think. At least it was last year and they canceled it, so that's not too far from you, right?
Yeah, it's going to be in Amsterdam again.
Yeah, you just walk down the street. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, I've never went to TwitchCon actually before. I never even left my own country, so I don't know if I'll go to Twitch. I think it's a little too expensive for me. A lot of far away travel, but maybe Twitch NA, you know, which would be in San Diego. So maybe I'll go to that one, and I would love to meet you and everybody else, you know, because I think for me it's going to be an interesting moment that like I've interviewed all these people, and then I'm like, oh hey, you're the guy who interviewed me. I'm like, hey, what's going on? You know?
And there's many people.
Yeah,
there's many people.
There's hundreds. They're gonna surround me. I'm gonna be like 200 people around me. I'm like, oh shit, oh fuck, what's going on, man? I'm just one guy. But anyway. Chat, just a reminder, if you have any questions, please use the command /questions questions in the chat. Please and thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'm just reminding everybody in case, you know, people are just watching. Yeah. So I use that because sometimes, you know, if I take questions directly from chat, they get lost because, you know, I might be answering a question and then like, I'm like, oh, I have to scroll up. So if I just use the Google document, it doesn't get lost. That's why we use it rather than just looking directly at chat sometimes. So. But anyway,
it's a good idea.
You said that you're gonna do some spooky stuff. So you've never done any horror maps in VR chat, like none?
I've done some. I don't really remember the names. Yeah, but I done some of the maps. I really should like maybe write down the names, because I have no idea. But like the SCP map, I did that. And then there was like this one map with all the different doors you can enter, and you know you go into one
scare zone
area. Yeah, it's Scare Zone, exactly. I've done that and some other stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I still need to explore.
Are you,
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Are you terrified of horror maps? Like, are you like a person that's like, you know, very skittish, very scared of scary things? Or are you more brave and being like, yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah, whatever, killer. What are you going to do, punk? You know?
I think jump scares really get me. Overall, I'm not that afraid. Like, of course, there's always some sense of being afraid of stuff. But it's mostly the jump scares that get to me. And I don't really scream, but I just start cursing, you know, like... I'm not gonna do it right now, but I just start cursing, yeah.
Do you curse in, English, or do you curse in, Dutch?
English, yeah. I try to avoid Dutch as much as I can.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of my own native language.
Really?
So
what the heck?
I try to do everything. I try to do everything in English, yeah.
You want to meet with the Dutch boys in VR chat and like meet up in like VR Amsterdam or something like that and be with the homies?
I mean, I would use Dutch, but I would prefer English if I'm being honest.
Oh shit! Listen, we already converted them. English is clearly superior. Listen, you know, that's a trick question. I just want to see if you're loyal. You know. I mean, the horror maps I would recommend are like Huggy's Dungeon series. That's a whole like dozen maps right there. Literally, that's like 30 hours of content right there for you. All horror.
Oh, that sounds that sounds cool.
It's the same guy who made the Scare Zone. So Official Seon is his name, and he basically made like the majority of the horror maps in VR chat. And then obviously there's Devouring. There's well, Spookality. So obviously there's some horror maps there. I checked them like almost out. Sorry, I checked like every single one out of them out except for 10th Floor, which is like a spooky elevator. So you can check that one out if you haven't.
Yeah, I did that one as well last week, I think. Yeah, it was with ADC and Nini that we did that map. It's a really nice map. I was surprised. Yeah.
I haven't done it yet, but I've seen it. You know. It's highly recommended. Yeah, maybe I'll do it. Yeah, I should do it.
Yeah.
Should I do it by myself, or I wonder if I should just do it by myself? That way, it's more scary.
It depends. It depends on if you want some company to keep you sane, or.
I did Untitled Destination, chapter 1 and 2 of ADC. And then this Wednesday we're doing
ADC
3 and 4. So we're gonna finish it up.
He's really frightened.
What? For me, it's the opposite. He was like, "I'll protect you, rebel," and then he was trying to beat up the ghosts or whatever, beat up the demons.
He has two moods: or frightened, or like really strong.
Yeah, he's just like whatever. He's just like, "Oh God, I'm scared." That's okay. All right. My next question is, when you're streaming, do you ever have to deal with haters? Any like negativity or any like, you know, bad feedback? You know what I mean?
Actually, no. Basically, streaming in VR chat categories is really safe. Feels to me.
Okay.
Before I started VR chat, I did like VTubing, like just to start. Like I used my camera. A model I found online, a 3D model, and I tried VTubing. And playing in any category outside of VR chat, the amount of negative comments were so much more worse than in VR chat. So yeah, I didn't get any negativity really. Just sometimes, like maybe once a month, someone being like, "What is this shit?
What is
Something
this?"
Like that. Yeah. And the only time I really got a lot of negativity was when the hot tub category just launched. And I was like, let's stream in the hot tub category in a hot tub.
Oh yeah? How did that work? How did that go, huh?
There were so much negative comments, but the amount of views I got was crazy.
Oh shit. Damn.
Yeah.
I did a hot tub stream once. It wasn't, it didn't seem too different for me though, but yeah, if it worked out for you, that's good. Yeah. I asked because I do agree. I think the VR chat community is a lot more accepting of people. They don't really negative too often. But like the moment you step out of VR chat, it's like, what the fuck is this, dude? What is this anime stuff on my screen, dude? Why aren't you talking, dude? Why are you a dude playing a girl? What's wrong with you, man? You know?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I like to my constant feedback to that is just yo, go touch some grass, bro. You need to go outside and touch some grass if you're gonna be negative like that. It sounds like you need to go outside.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah, easy ban. That's right. Yeah, they're getting mad. They're getting mad at pixels. Imagine getting mad at literally just a virtual thing, dude.
Yeah, indeed. Like actually clicking the channel, taking the time to write in the chat. Like,
yeah, of course. Another question I had is, do you have any advice for anyone that wants to get into streaming VR chat or you know, getting into VR chat in general, or sorry, streaming VR chat or just getting into VR? My bad.
So in my channel, there's a lot of people that actually bought VR gear because of me.
Really?
So I think that the easiest way that I like the entrance to VR would be, of course, I'm not trying to advertise, but the Quest 2 seems, even though you have to connect Facebook, it seems like the easiest way to get into VR and get a feel for it. Because there's people in my chat that bought the Quest 2, got into VR, checked it out, and then sold the Quest 2 again just to save up for an index, for example. So I think that's an easy entrance to VR. And for streaming, I would say,
huh? Keep coming back for more.
yeah, if you want to try something out, or try
for
being someone who you're not in real life, I think streaming is like the best way to explore yourself and really figure out who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree on that. I think a lot of people play VR chat as a way to understand who they are as a person, because I feel like that VR chat gives you a lot of opportunities that you normally wouldn't have in real life. For many people, that's, maybe, changing an avatar, how does it feel to be a female avatar? How does it feel to be a male avatar? How does it be a robot? How's it, some people are, have anxiety, so they don't want to talk, because a lot of people are like, out of the interviews I've done, people are like worried about, like, they'll say the wrong thing and then they'll be like, uh-oh, that person's not my friend anymore because I screwed up. So when people play VR, they get to have these opportunities, and some people learn life lessons through playing VR chat, and then it can improve their general life or health just by interacting with people in a virtual space, especially in the last year during a pandemic, with COVID-19, very serious. And a lot of people were buying up and playing more VR chat because of COVID, but a lot of people are learning, how to talk or still being, because I think it's, a lot of people can agree that when you're cooped up, like being introverted and like you have no one to talk to, that's very depressing for a lot of people. Like they want to just hang out, talk to somebody. So in VR chat, there's that opportunity of being able to talk to people and not feeling judged. You can always find a community in VR chat, right? You can, whatever you enjoy in life or like as a hobby, you can probably find in VR chat.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely. Well, Ray, thanks so much for the 28 months. Go ahead.
So, like you mentioned during the pandemic, you mentioned you're cooped up, and then VR comes along. I think it also helps people like to get moving during that pandemic, because like VR, like you have to move around a little bit. There's a lot of stuff you can do. So I think it gives people that are stuck inside also like a reason to exercise. Same. So it's also why I joined Meathook and Bilbo, their workout program. When I had a different schedule, I joined their workout program to get more exercise into my body and really like start working out. Yeah.
Have you seen effects of that working out?
Actually, yeah. So when I started VR chat, I was always like good on my weight, but there's always a little bit extra.
Yeah.
Just because the pandemic, you start eating more. But now I'm lower than I've ever been. Like my weight is like the best it's been in ages, and yeah, I'm seeing the effects. I'm looking better than ever. So
hell yeah. See, look, shout out to Bilbo and Meathook. See, working out every day, it helps you out. Being active in PR. I've heard of similar stories of people playing VR chat, being a dancer, or just going to events, or having their weekly drinking nights. Some people have literally lost weight, if they were overweight, and I remember some guy told me he lost like 40 or 50 pounds from playing VR chat because he would dance a lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't even remember this guy's name. He was just some random dude, and he was telling me his life story, and he was like, yeah, I lost like 40, 50 pounds. He's like, I was overweight because of, the pandemic, eating pizza basically every day. I got into VR, started working out, and he's like, dude, I can do like backflips. He's like, bro, bro, I got like a 6-pack IRL, dude. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, dude. He's like, I'm fucking jacked now, dude. He's like, when COVID's over, dude, I'm gonna get all the ladies. I'm like, amen, brother.
That's insane.
Yeah, true stories like that. And he was a dancer too. Like he was like grinding up on people and shit. He's like, imagine what I can do IRL. I was like, oh shit, goddamn.
Getting that confidence.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel, you know. VR chat is, I would say, a good thing for a lot of people, you know. Sheesh. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, is there anybody that you wanted to meet in VR chat that you haven't met yet?
Yeah, so the one person I still haven't met is Happy Thoughts.
What
So
the heck?
that's like
Okay, I'm
person.
changing that
That's
right
like
now.
the one person.
Alright, let's change that right now. Let me just, where are they? I don't think they're on right now. Fuck. Damn it. It would have been perfect. I could just slap him in here and be like, yo. Yeah, they're not on. Unfortunate. Okay, if you
Unlucky.
okay, if you were to meet Happy Thoughts, what would you say, or like, you know?
I would just thank them for, you know, giving me the push to wanting to stream and taking the chance to explore myself. So, yeah, just really being grateful for being a streamer and inspiring me to do the same thing.
Okay. We'll make that happen for you.
Thank you.
I'll reach out. You know, I got connections.
I'll
I'll
be
make it
really
happen.
grateful.
I'll make it happen for you. I'm like, Happy Thoughts.
Thank you.
Here's a friend of mine who really wants to meet you. You know, make your dream come true.
I'd be so nervous.
No, I'll be there. Don't worry. I'll make it. Listen, I'm the most awkward person in the world, so I'll make anything less cringe. You know what I'm saying? I'll take all the cringe.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Makes two of us.
Yeah, listen. You know, at a certain point, you know, you just gotta stop caring and just go for it. You know, if you do something silly, you just laugh it off later in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Okay. My next question is, have you checked out the new like VR chat open beta? Have you checked out anything like that? Like, what's your thoughts or opinions on VR chat of the recent updates? Anything you like, don't like?
Yeah, so I went to the open beta for a while. Check out the new camera, of course, because for streaming, that's like the main thing you need.
Yeah. Everyone's like, ooh, streaming camera.
Yeah, so first the new menu it's pretty interesting. Like, it's easy to access, but you have to get used to it, of course. It's completely different. I had the first difficulty I had with the new menu was actually finding the camera, because like the buttons for the camera are so small. Because in the current UI, it's just like one huge button, camera, and you click it. But now it's like you have to click the small icon, get to the camera. But I really like the options you have with the camera. One thing that I kind of missed on it was, so you had the camera, you can move it, you can smooth the camera. But you have the option to take the lens itself and keep the camera in place. But the lens itself, you cannot get it smooth. So when you move the lens itself and keep the camera in place, it's jittery. So if you want to do like camera effects, but want to keep checking yourself in the camera, you can't, because it's just jittering all over the place.
I think they'll patch that, hopefully. If not, I'll write a thing on the canny for that, for sure. I'll bring it up.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, it's a nice new feature, new design. It's really nice.
How'd you feel about the new like launch pad, like quick menu?
I think it's definitely something you need to get used to, but I think it's an improvement from the previous menu for sure. Also the social tab that you can get your avatars here, friends here, and you can see like most of it in one eyesight. So I think that's a bonus.
Yeah, because if you didn't know, because you've been playing for about a year, that menu has been the same. Like the quick menu and the main menu has been the same for about almost like 4 years since I started playing the game. Honestly.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
It's been the same for a very long time. Same with the camera. That camera came out 3.5 years ago in like March of 2018. So it's like barely been updated. So seeing that new camera system was like, whoa, like someone for me, like who's been playing for years, it's like, holy shit, this game's getting updated? God damn. I was like, I had to deal with the same camera for so long.
I joined at a good time.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I guess you skipped a lot of the broken builds, let's just say that. You know, a lot of the moments in VR chat of the game was just non-functioning, you know?
Yeah, I think that I'm getting there in a good time.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky. I had to go for like 7 levels of hell. You know, I had to go for it all. You know, I'm just weathered.
Preparing me for heaven.
Oh my God! Listen, I'm like a shriveled up old man at this point, playing VR chat for 4 years. I've seen everything. I'm like, oh, when's the camera gonna get fixed, please? I remember actually, the VR chat camera when I was first started doing interviews, like about 2 years ago. I remember they did a patch for the camera, and it really broke this camera system. And I was so pissed. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to interview people now if the camera's not working? I was so pissed that day. It was broken for like a week. I was like, I can't do interviews.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was mad. They fixed it, so.
That's like a week of content. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's lucky.
Especially when I was interviewing people, I was like, oh, fuck, what do I do now? I had to just accept to have, yeah, I had to deal with like, sorry, your interview is going to be slightly scuffed. And they were like, what? I was like, it's VR chat. I can't do anything, you know? So,
yeah.
Oh, well. Anyway. I think we'll start taking some questions from the chat / Google document here. So, our first question here comes from, oh yeah, just a reminder again, if you have any questions, exclamation point questions, that's with an S, write down your username, write down your question. Also, I may look at chat as well for some questions if anyone wants to just ask in the chat for our guest here or myself. But the first question we have here is from Glitchy5. They asked the question for Aki. How was the drinking stream? And any plans on doing more?
That's an interesting question. So, in real life, I'm not really a huge drinker. So I barely drink at all.
Same.
I did it for like a subathon goal.
Uh-huh.
Will I do it again? I'm not too sure. I'm not against it, but I'm also not really for it.
Okay.
Like, it can be fun, but it just depends on my mood and how I'm feeling. If I want to do it, I will do it. If I don't want to do it, I won't do it. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't really plan it because if I plan it and that day I'm not feeling it, then it feels kind of forced.
What's your since you don't really drink, do you still have a preferred drink though? Do you have like a, you know, where you like to drink?
Yeah, basically anything that's sweet. There's like some creamy chocolate drink that I usually buy. So it's like chocolate milk but with alcohol. So
what? That's a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's like one
of
my drinks that I go to.
What the heck?
It's easy to drink and gets you drunk.
I've never heard of that. I just stick to ciders. That's typically what I do. Ciders are like seltzer.
I can send you a link in DM.
Sure. Yeah. I usually go to my, you know, as many people in VR chat, where's the White Claws at, dude? It's White Claw Friday, bro. Get that black cherry, bro. You know, that's like every millennial, dude. They're all about the White Claws.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Incognito sus. Did you learn English in school or on your own?
Mostly was on my own. So I started playing games when I was really young because I have an older brother who, like, he was already a gamer. I was always watching him play games, and that's how I got into games, like the Nintendo 64. Even the Sega, I remember I played a little bit. And that's how I started picking up English. So by the time I started English in school, I was already past that point of what they could learn me or what they could teach me. So yeah, mostly was self-taught, but school has given me some pointers, you know, grammar-wise, stuff like that. But I'm still making mistakes, of course. It's not perfect.
No, I think your English is really good. I mean, we've been an hour into this interview, and I think you've done perfect, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't even know you were Dutch. I'm gonna be honest. I just thought
really?
Yeah, I just thought you were just, I don't know where from. I just thought maybe from NA or something, you know. Thought you're just, you know, some very introverted American, you know.
It could be.
I mean, anything's possible. Anyway, next question. This one comes from Jib. The Question for you, the guest. If you were to stop streaming today, what would you want people to remember about you? Along the same lines, how have your goals for stream changed as your community has grown? So, first question again is, if you were to stop streaming today, what would you want people to remember you by?
Probably just someone that's, you know, want to goof around, just have fun, not want to worry about too much stuff. And someone that's open, that will accept anyone. Yeah, I think that's like the main thing I want to be remembered by, is just someone who wants to have fun and meet people, to be honest. Yeah.
Makes sense. And then the second question, or second part of it was, how have your goals for stream changed as your community has grown?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, because when I first started streaming, I never expected it to grow this big, because it was just an attempt of me trying to figure out who I was. And in that attempt, people started, you know, my channel started growing a lot. So yeah, my goal definitely shifted from just wanting to explore myself to trying to make this a full-time job and, you know, get a living as a streamer. So that's like the main goal that changed, from just explore myself and goofing around to putting time and a lot of investment and effort into the stream, trying to really get it to work and make a living off of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Next question. Some Kelta. Why did you decide to start streaming? Did you get inspired by someone? Well, we already answered this question, but it's why Happy Thoughts, or was it something you wanted to do for a long time? So I guess to reiterate this question, or make it a little, since we talked about the beginning of the stream, before you started streaming, before you found out about watching Soda Poppin' or Happy Thoughts, did you have any interest before that to start streaming or YouTube or anything like that, or VTubing?
Yeah, for sure, because there's always like a social aspect, and also the thing where you can decide what you want to do on your stream, what you want to do with YouTube. The thing that helped me back to most of starting something is streaming it's more like gambling. Like, okay, you can put in there's so many streamers out there that I've seen, like, they put in so much effort, so much, you know, originality, but they never get to the 2 or 3 viewers point. So I think that was what held me back the most of trying to start stream all those years. And then, yeah, giving it that final push and doing VR chat, I think I just got lucky, and that's why I'm trying to pursue it more now. Yeah.
Okay. Next question from Anna Ram. What advice would you give to mutes who are thinking of unmuting? Good question.
I think the best advice I can give right now is find one friend, one person you're really close to, and get comfortable talking to them first. Like, DM them saying you need to talk about something, and, you know, it has to be someone you trust. And just get that first interaction going. And from there on, you can start building up, you know, first one friend, then maybe 2 friends, then maybe in a private lobby with some additional friends. And from there you can expand and get confident with your voice. I think that's like the best way to approach it from my perspective, because that's how I did it.
As someone who's interviewed a lot of mutes and had a lot of mutes actually unmute to me privately, that's typically actually what most of the time it happens, is in a private setting. They'll in like a private instance, they will, you know, one-on-one or in a very small group of people that they feel more comfortable with, they'll talk. And yeah, and I think a lot of mutes when they unmuted for me, they're very nervous, but I told them, I was like, I'm not here to like farm, you know, expressions, like, oh, whoa, you know, I'm just kind of like, hey, how you doing? You know, I was just like, hey, it's nice to see you, nice to hear you, you know. Well, I want to treat people like humans, you know. I'm not trying to be like, oh my god, you unmuted, holy crap, what the heck? Like, I'm more
voice.
Yeah, what the hell? So I mostly just sort of like, hey, it's nice to hear you, let's talk, you know.
Yeah.
So that'd be my advice. Like what you said of yours is just find someone you're very comfortable with. I'm sure as a mute, hopefully you have some close friends, and then over Discord or in VR chat, and just sort of, you know, go with the flow. Yeah, taking that first step is a huge step, you know, because it means that, you know, you're becoming more comfortable. And even if, you know, you still don't talk in a public space and you just talk to your one friend or two, you know, that's improvement, because one can turn into two, two turns into 4, 8, 16, you know. It can develop and get, you know, more and more people as time goes on. And obviously as a streamer's point of view, it can be more pressure, because obviously you know, being a horror persona about having a mute character unmuting, obviously in your case and a lot of other people I've interviewed, it can be seen as scary. But I do think that nowadays in the VR chat community, it's a lot more acceptable. When I first started playing VR chat like 4 years ago, like if you unmuted, like people would just hate on you, like, what the hell is this? I was lied to. But nowadays people don't care, so it's, or at least more supportive, should I say. Oh my god, is VRC Flare in my chat? No way. They're talking to me about how
Flare.
Yeah, Flare. They're telling me how they met you at, like, what was it, a wedding or something? Or like a hangout? Yeah. Interesting, huh? Small world.
It's a wedding.
Yeah, you met at a wedding, huh? Nice. Yeah. Absolutely. Anybody else have any questions in the chat?
I see you, Flare.
Yeah. VRC Flare is a real homie, you know. I interviewed him a while ago.
Yeah, he really.
Yeah,
he's really supportive, and
yeah, he's a lot of cake. I like cake.
Yep.
Yeah, ice cream cake. VRC Flares, how does unmuting feel now? Are you feeling more free and feel better now?
I definitely feel better. Because it's easier to convey my thoughts and feelings to everyone that's watching me, and also, like, not just watching me, but also, like, in a private setting, it's easier to express myself. Yeah, just the main focus right now is, let me elaborate just quickly. When you're using, so I was using speech to text a lot when I was doing my mute stream. But the thing with speech to text is, if you put any excitement or difference in your voice, it won't pick up the words. Yeah. So for 10 months, I had to try to keep my voice as neutral as possible to get speech to text to work. And then unmuting, you have to go from that neutral voice to actually putting your feelings back into it. And I think that's like a big obstacle that I'm still struggling with right now.
I get you. Nice. Any other questions? We could also, since we're going to be wrapping up soon, do you have any questions for me? You don't have to ask any, but I always ask in case, you know, you've been thinking about something to ask me.
Yeah, so I do have a question, actually. So this is like your 264th interview.
That's correct.
Do you ever lose motivation to do the talk show and do the interviews?
Good question. I think the only time I ever lost motivation to do a talk show or do these type of interviews is when I was pushing for a partner last year, because I would do an interview almost every day, and after doing like 30 interviews in 30 days, my brain was melted and I didn't feel like wanting to do it anymore. So I was getting burnt out essentially. But since I got partnered, I felt like that weight off my shoulders is off, so I don't feel pressured to do interviews like crazy, like you do them every day. So I don't feel it anymore. But definitely back then, that was a year and a bit ago. I don't feel that anymore. Thank goodness, you know. But back then, it definitely was a bit of a struggle, because I felt like I really wanted to get partnered. I really wanted to push for it. And then I applied, got denied, and then my second attempt, I got accepted. And I was super happy, because I felt like if I didn't get it the second time, I would feel like more crushed. I was like, oh man, like I you know. But I knew kind of deep down that I was gonna get it, because at the time my average was 180, so that's almost triple what the required amount is, and I'd be pretty salty if I had like 200 and I wasn't. I was like, I'm like, what Twitch? What's going on, man? But
Yeah.
but we did it. So yeah, like, I think that's the only time I've ever been like demotivated. But that's past me now, so I'll never have to worry about that ever again. I do interviews almost once a week, if not twice a week now. And I always love doing them because I love talking to people. I love, you know, picking people's brains and trying to figure out, you know, what makes you special. Why do you play VRChat? Why do you pick this avatar? Why you chose that name? You know, your stories. I always say, and it sounds like I'm reiterating myself many times here, but think of it like this: everybody who plays VRChat has their own experience. I've played this game nearly 4 years, and you've been playing it for about a year, but like everything that you've seen or experienced is completely different than me. It doesn't matter if you've been playing 5 years, 2 years, 2 months. It also, like, there's so many different communities in VRChat that you could play this game every day of your life and you'll never experience everything. Like that's the crazy thing. There's just so many different people, so many different like events and all that stuff. Sure, there's some overlap, you know, you and I have similar friends and stuff like that, but there's still a lot of things that you have done that I have never done, or things that I have done that, you know, you haven't done or experienced. But at the end of the day, everybody has their own experiences, their own adventures, their own stories to tell that, you know, you'll tell your friends or tell your stream, or you go to, you know, a drinking night and, you know, you're drunk and you're telling some interesting, more funny stories, you know, like there's more things going on, you know?
Yeah. For sure. Sure.
Yeah, and what brings people to VRChat, you know, that's the story in itself, you know. For you, it was through Soda Poppin' and Happy Thoughts. Like, I always ask that question because it's always different. Some people say, oh, you know, I got in VRChat because of Jameski. You know, I got into because of Rafflegator. Oh, because of you. Like, you know, talking to myself. Or, like, you know, other people. Or sometimes people are just like, I don't know, I just randomly downloaded the game. You know, it's always an interesting question.
Yeah.
A question for Akei: did you notice any profound difference in how you were treated by others under your muted persona versus now? Did it give you a new perspective on human interaction? I mean, I can take questions from chat. Like, I'll take both, but, you know, it's usually if my chat's, like, super fast and I can't read anything, then I usually just straight up go use the Google Doc, but that was just, I just saw it. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, let me read it really quick again. So, difference in treatment. I mean, yes, for sure, because as a mute, the way you interact with people is way different. You cannot just talk to someone. If you want to interact with someone as a mute, you have to use your full body. Like, you give them a hug, you just give them some pats, you know.
Yeah.
And being a mute, it kind of felt like submissive role to say, because you're relying on them to talk to you and ask you questions that you can reply to in an easy way, like yes, no, maybe, you know. So the interaction changed in the way that I can take control of the conversation now. I can, you know, if I don't want it, I will say no. If I don't like something, I'll just be like, you know, but give me some space. Or yeah, as a mute, I felt like a bit different on denying something, like giving head pats or whatever. So that really changed, like the interaction really changed. So yeah, there's definitely a difference between being a mute and being a talker. Yeah.
I never thought of that before, of like, if you're a mute, not saying all mutes, but there's a unique interaction between a talker and a mute where the talker is sort of like leading the conversation, and then the mute is sort of like what do you call it? Like, it's like a partnership. It's kind of like you're interacting. You know, the talker leads the conversation. The mute sort of reacts to it. Like you said, like I wouldn't say like necessarily submissive. I mean, that's not the right word, but like, I don't know. Like, I guess reactionary. You know, it's kind of like the talker leads the conversation, and then it's kind of like a leader and a follower. You know, a talker is a leader. The mutes are typically followers, where they'll follow you and you know, the talker will be like, hey, you know, let's do this, let's go hang out this world, hey, let's go do this, or like, hey, you know, let's hug, let's do some stuff. I don't know. Usually it seems like the talkers are more leading the conversation. There you go. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, I think that's the best way of putting it for sure.
But
yeah.
I do think it's still interesting because I've talked to many people who are mutes, but also people who interact with mutes or have mute partnerships. And a lot of people tell me it's always kind of fun to sort of guess what the mute is trying to convey or say. So they'll just be like, oh, what are you doing? You want to go to the bathroom? They're like, it's like, what? What are you doing, huh? Someone's stuck in the well? What's going on?
Sometimes it's the most random things.
Yeah. I feel that. Excuse me, I'm just taking a drink of water. Being a mute was always difficult. I feel that. I think we're about to, you know, wrap up here. Any last minute things you want to say for anyone watching out there? Anything you want to, you know, last minute say anything? Any closing statements?
Yeah, I think the last thing I want to say is just I want to thank everyone for their support after I voice revealed and, you know, changed my whole identity on Twitch. And I just want to thank everyone for being there still and supporting in my changes.
I feel that. Yeah, of course. Giving us some love in the chat, like some hearts. And again, for those who don't know, my name's That One Rebel. I am an interviewer. I'll see you guys probably sometime later this week or next week for an interview. But I also stream practically every day, just hanging out, doing all that good stuff. If you haven't already, hit that follow button. If you have an extra Twitch Prime Gaming sub, hey, hit that, you know, subscribe button if you like to. You don't get any ads, just to let you know. And this VOD should be up on YouTube eventually. Also go check out their stream and go hit them with the follow. Hit them up with a sub, you know. Every sub counts, you know, is what I like to say. But yeah, I really appreciate this interview. I think, you know, you did it incredible. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
For wanting to come on and talk with me for an hour and a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm really thankful.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're an incredibly...
Thank you as well for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you're always welcome to come back again if you like in the future, and you know, and we'll try and set up a thing for you with happy thoughts. You know, I like to see people's wishes fulfilled. I'll try to do my best.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I'm probably going to end my stream here. I typically like to end, and then if you have any suggestions for who to raid, I'll take your suggestions, or I just probably raid somebody. Probably like, I don't know who's on right now. I have to look myself. But then once I end my stream, I like to ask you to stick around just for a minute, just to take a photo, because I always like to take photos of my guests. And then if you like to talk for a minute, and then you can be on your way. But anyway, thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. You know, I'm again the host.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.